I went to art school in Detroit at College for Creative Studies, and my degree is in interdisciplinary furniture design. And in order to do that, you had to take classes in all the different disciplines. So I took classes in fibers and dyeing and sewing, and I had to like self draft a dress for myself, using a pattern I made myself. And then when we moved to Boston, we had a son, and I started making cloth diapers and quilts and little booties and toys and things for him. So I just kind of kept, anytime something came up that I needed to sew, I did, but I didn't usually like, it wasn't like all year, every year that I would sew. And finally, I had time and a reason, and I had a whole box of fabric from quilting and art school and fancy hand dyed stuff I never used. So I just got to work, and I understood pattern drafting pretty well to be able to modify the patterns to fit what the nurses and healthcare professionals were requesting and the feedback people were giving as far as what they liked and didn't like about the masks that were already being produced. The first one that I made is called the Deaconess, and the way I found out about that one was a dear friend of mine from Boston is like a master sewer of all things. She quilts and she's incredible, and she posted a tutorial on how to make it. So it was watching her, which was great. And then the pattern was really simple, and it was also approved and the one that healthcare professionals were requesting in Boston, where it was getting pretty heavy. So it's supposed to lengthen the duration that you can use disposable masks. So you put, there's a pocket in all of them for a filter, and then they are kind of one size fits all because they have a stretch face. So this is a typical Deaconess. It folds pretty small and flat. There's a double fold in here that's sewn in to keep your filter secure. So you can place your N95 mask right inside, or if you have blue shop towel that you want to use or whatever. If you're a healthcare professional, you already have a recommended thing that you're supposed to put in there. If it's personal use, then you can figure out yourself what kind of filter, or even just using the double lined cotton is better than nothing. And then it's got the bias tape here, which is it's non-stretch for the most part, and then it just ties around your head and around the bottom of your neck. So that's the one she showed in the tutorial, and that's what I started with making because it fit kids, it fit men, it fit everybody. And I started running out of this tape, which it's called bias tape, but it's just a fancy way of iron and folding and sewing cotton. So I ran out of that, so I started using elastic I had left over from when I made baby clothes and diapers. So I did, this is one of mine, so it's already been on my face. So it goes on just kind of like a headband, and it's kind of I like that it's stretchy. There's no ties, so you don't have to worry about getting it right every time. And then the other thing, because I made my mom one of these, she likes it because it's not actually like that horrible as a headband if you're just like in the house and you're sweaty before you go outside. So it's not too bad, right? Okay. So that was a modification I made, was I just kind of made a little pocket there that the elastic could go in and out through, because I ran out of the bias tape. This is the one that I made for kids. It still fits me. I have a small face, but I didn't have any cool little boy fabric until this started. So this is like the only fabric I bought specifically for this project. And it just goes over the head, back of the head, and then the filter spot is right here on the side, so it just slips in. And my kids do like this pattern better because their mouth, when they open and close it, the fabric isn't also opening and closing. It took me, I've given all but 5 away for free. So that was pretty cool. And the 5 that weren't free were because people insisted on paying me. So, and I only started taking it because I ordered $70 worth of elastic online, and I'm not working. So I was like, I'll take a little bit of money for this elastic. I know there's a lot of people in Mason County that are making them outside of me. There's people, all different generations that are making them, and my kids are helping, to my friends' moms and their grandmas. I heard that Marcia Hawks is making them, and I think the tailor shop, it was giving them away. And yeah, Ludington Beverage it was really fun to see that koozie demonstration.
We're going to start by cutting the seam of the koozie. And just with that very simple step, we already have the very beginnings to our face mask. From here, we are going to fold down this bottom portion and fold the edge up. Our next step is going to be just trimming these corners a little bit so it gives you a little room for your eyes there. Follow that step by punching a couple holes, which we will place our rubber bands through. Take your rubber band, go ahead and feed that through, and there you have your very own face mask.
I wish I had koozies because I would totally make a few of those. There's just a lot of people, and a lot of them have this stuff at home, which is great because when you're a crazy crafter, you accumulate things, and this is a really good way to like show off all the fun fabrics you've collected over time, and also get your stuff in the hands of people that need them and keep everybody safe. And it's been really cool to see as a community what people are willing to do in their time.